So let us look at a journey of data from a real deeper perspective. So long before computers, people collected data by writing it down in books and papers. So we had this data actually, lot of books, right? But the problem was that these old books are segregated basically. They are not available. I didn't have access to all the books. So data was small, right? AI AI was not able to learn here. Like decisions were based on human experience. So humans were the smartest decision makers we have. So ਕੰਪਿਊਟਰ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਕੋਲ ਡੇਟਾ ਸੀਗਾ ਲਾਈਕ ਬੁੱਕਸ ਦੀ ਫਾਰਮ ਵਿੱਚ ਪੇਪਰਸ ਦੀ ਫਾਰਮ ਵਿੱਚ ਨਿਊਜ਼ਪੇਪਰ ਛਪਦੇ ਸੀ ਉਸ ਵੇਲੇ ਵੀ ਰਾਈਟ ਪਰ ਉਹ ਡੇਟਾ ਸਮਾਲ ਵੀ ਆ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਮੁਕਾਬਲੇ ਉਹ ਡੇਟਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਮਾਲ ਸੀ ਉਸ ਵੇਲੇ ਦੇ ਹਿਸਾਬ ਤੇ ਡੇਟਾ ਵਾਸ ਗੁੱਡ ਇਨਫ ਬਟ ਵੀ ਡਿਡਨਟ ਹੈਵ ਆਪਾਂ AI ਨਹੀਂ ਕ੍ਰੀਏਟ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਸੀ ਉਸ ਵੇਲੇ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਉਹ ਡੇਟਾ ਸਭ ਡਿਸਟ੍ਰੀਬਿਊਟਡ ਹੈ ਹਰ ਨਿਊਜ਼ਪੇਪਰ ਜੋ ਛਪਦਾ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਛੋਟੇ ਛੋਟੇ ਸਿਟੀਜ਼ ਵਿੱਚ ਰਹਿ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਅੱਜ ਦਾ ਨਿਊਜ਼ਪੇਪਰ ਹੀ ਆਪਣੇ ਕੋਲ ਅਵੇਲੇਬਲ ਹੈ 100 ਸਾਲ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਦਾ ਨਿਊਜ਼ਪੇਪਰ ਹੌਲੀ ਹੌਲੀ ਖਤਮ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਸੀ ਰਾਈਟ 50s and 80s computers came, right? So we started storing data. This was a time when data in small files. So pehle computers se kuch kilobyte storage hunda si bahut chota. Over time we started storing data more and more. So data could be saved and processed. This is the earliest form of AI. Like ਆਪਾਂ ਇਹਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਥੋੜਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਹੋਰ ਪੜਾਂਗੇ but simple rules if then else conditions are python ਵਿੱਚ ਆਪਾਂ ਲਿਖਦੇ ਆ condition statements ਇਹ ਆਪਾਂ ਕੋਡਿੰਗ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਦੇਖਾਂਗੇ ਅਗਲੇ ਲੈਕਚਰਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਹੁਣ ਸਮਝਣ ਦੀ ਲੋੜ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ ਪਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਮਝ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ ਕਿ ਸਿੰਪਲ ਜਿਹੇ ਰੂਲਸ AI ਬਣਾ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਸੀ ਸਿੰਪਲ ਰੂਲਸ ਦਾ ਮਤਲਬ ਇਹ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਹੁਣ ਟੈਂਪਰੇਚਰ ਵੱਧ ਗਿਆ ਤੇ ਵਿਲ ਟਰਨ ਔਨ AC if temperature is less we will turn on heater. These are very simple rules. ਇਸ ਰੂਲ ਨੂੰ ਆਪਾਂ ਡੇਟਾ ਸਾਇੰਸ ਨਾਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਬਣਾ ਰਹੇ ਡੇਟਾ ਨੂੰ ਥੋੜਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਯੂਜ਼ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ but these are not actually based on the data science still. See, the internet or age of connectivity came. Now the data, website, everything started flowing to each other. Like we had access to tremendous data. So this is where emails, Google searches, online shopping, everything grew so fast. Now AI can start learning from data. So this is the earlier 20th century, like 21st century, like the beginning, right? So much digital data images started getting created. Now smartphones and sensors came like in this era. Your phones, your cameras, GPS. ਇਸ ਸਮਾਂ ਆਇਆ ਜਦੋਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਕੋਲ phone, camera, GPS ਨੇ real world data collection ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕਰਤਾ. Now we have data from apps, social media, sensors, online videos. ਇਹ ਸਾਰੇ data ਨੇ now we can create smarter AI, like recognizing faces, predicting traffic, recommending movies, ਜੋ ਆਪਾਂ simpler examples ਪਿੱਛੇ ਦੇਖ ਚੁੱਕੇ ਹਾਂ ਲਗਭਗ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਦੀਆਂ ਇਹ ਸਾਰਾ data companies use ਕਰਨ ਲੱਗ ਪਈਆਂ and today like big data, right? 2010 after big data is a term coined a little bit like later after like all this era of smartphone sensor. Big data means now so much data. So now you have billions of images, so many images. ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ like ਕਰੋੜਾਂ ਅਰਬਾਂ images ਹੋ ਗਈਆਂ, videos ਹੋ ਗਈਆਂ, text ਹੋ ਗਿਆ, internet scale data. This is the data which created ChatGPT and this is the data which created like all the DeepSeek and all the new models. ਇਸ data ਤੋਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਇਹ ਸਾਰਾ ਕੁਝ create ਕੀਤਾ. We are talking about trillions of training samples. Trillions are like so much that now we are reaching the stage where we need more and more computer power. So now you needed faster computers. इसने अपन AI create की थी which can chat, translate, drive cars, or even create art. Like all this happened now. In this one, give me a thumbs up if you actually understood this part of the story. If you have any questions here, write it in the chat. So knowing this actually helps you now to connect the future. So now we are at a stage where every company is collecting data. So see, on a stage, talk about an agriculture company, talk about a healthcare company, talk about even your schools and universities, right? Even they are collecting data about the students, so they know that how to teach, personalized teaching, personalized doctors, like personalized medicine, precision agriculture. So see, जो भी जितने भी देखते हो ना personalized precision, ਉਹਦਾ ਮਤਲਬ ਹੈ ਕਿ you are creating the AI now or creating the smart systems which have access to so much data that now they can do amazing things. So the questions on startups, right? Now think of a startup as a problem which few years ago is requiring so many humans to solve or so much resources to solve or is not solvable or so hard to solve. And now with all the data, with all the resources around you, you are pitching in something new. Okay. So simple story. All these things are now like at a stage where we are talking about superhuman capabilities, like in decision making. Okay, so a quick recap. Um, what is data? It's like information, like number, words, images. Why it is important? Because AI learns from data. Like it learns from data to find patterns and make predictions. Okay, and how we collect data? It comes from surveys, sensors, images, or the internet. Like, so think about everything. So everything around you, ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਸਾਹਮਣੇ, everything around you is a physical world which evolves with time. We are able to sample from that physical world. ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇੱਕ ਬਹੁਤ top AI class ਨੂੰ ਸੁਣ ਰਹੇ ਹੋਵੋਗੇ, ਇੱਕ top professor ਨੂੰ, ਤਾਂ that's how they often explain ਕਿ you are able to sample from this continuous world in small steps. ਹੁਣ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ sensor ਕਿੰਨਾ ਵਧੀਆ, ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਉਹਨਾਂ rich data ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦਾ, right? So how good is sensors you have, that much beautiful data you are able to collect, and that much powerful systems you are able to build, okay, at a high level. So that is one of the reason ki people say data science a lot, because data science, data engineers, data scientists, because now every company has so much data that they need some smart people to process it, to handle it, to clean it. So for example, this is how you write it in Python. Our studied, like you can define numbers like very simply, like the way we define in English. I will little bit teach you further, but this is a very simple, easy way to, and you can actually print these numbers. This is a Python statement. I have shown you in the last lecture how to run Colab. So you can go and put these statements in Colab and play with it in your free time. We'll also start this learning more after our first month. Pehle month, which I want to create the foundations of AI, data, connecting the stories, so you see the bigger picture. And the second month, we'll start doing some more deep dive into some of the coding, okay? But this is how you create coding in Python. You can write like how many hours person have studied, what is their score, and like, but in reality, you need list of numbers, list of hours. Like you cannot learn from one person, right? So see, एक person तो नहीं सीख सकते, तो हमें सारी list चाहिए. That's how we write it. List of human hours studied, list of exam scores, and so on. This is enough for an AI to learn, right? This is a very small data, but enough data for an AI to interpolate and extrapolate around this. Okay, कि जे बंदा 0 hours पढ़ेगा तो कितने marks आएंगे, right? If you want to answer that question. But if somebody is studying 12 hours or 13, 14 hours, how much marks can they score? Of course, if the paper is out of 100, maybe they cannot score more than 100, right? That's how like you write these things in Python. So in Python program, जो आपा create करेंगे, the Python programs which we'll create, we will actually write programs to store data, represent data, then AI and train AI, the programs will see, and the testing of AI. Like all the steps of training and creating AI are actually the steps of Python programs. So these all things will transition very easily, okay? So the first part, like this hours studied and scores, will transition very easily into like AI. So playing with data is the first thing which we'll learn next in the few lectures, and I'll connect it with our demos. अपना data नाल play करना first step है AI create करने वास्ते. आपा देखेंगे कि how we can tell AI model what is our data. So in the Python we'll see how to define our data. We'll visualize the data. ਤੁਸੀਂ data ਨੂੰ ਦੇਖ ਪਾਓਗੇ graphs ਰਾਹੀਂ ਕਿ data ਕੀ ਹੈ. So visualization of data is actually very important. It tells you how your data looks like, if there are any mistakes in the data collection, and you can make a mental model of the data, like what to do with it. Real world जो companies use करते हैं, बहुत सारियां companies ਵਿੱਚ जब ਤੁਸੀਂ engineer, software engineers ਦੀ jobs जानते हो, in fact even ML engineers, AI engineers, you have to do a lot of work on cleaning the data, missing values. क्योंकि जो data real world ਤੋਂ ਆ ਰਿਹਾ, ਜਿਵੇਂ ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ form share ਕੀਤਾ, you filled few things, you write your school name differently, the other student from the same school write it differently. So data has to be cleaned to bring in the same formats. Missing data भी बहुत होता है. All these things are very real problems. If you can do all these three things with the data, even if you don't know how to create AI, you are already very much valuable to the industry. ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ data ਨਾਲ ਇਹ ਸਾਰਾ ਕੁਝ ਬਹੁਤ ਸੋਹਣਾ ਕਰ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਹੋ, you are so much valuable to every company. Like even if you don't know how to create AI, you just know how to play with data, like cleaning of the data, visualization of the data, defining data. This itself is a very, very big career on its own. So next few lectures, I'll actually teach you these things, and we'll target some roles. Like we said, practical AI course, we'll target some practical knowledge. So I'll tell you that these are the things actually, if you are able to do, these are the jobs which are within your reach very easily. Like a company may not need an AI expert today, but they are collecting data and they need data experts, right? They need the cleaning data experts, visualization data experts, okay?